Okay guys, these are 4 pieces of wood that I bought from Home Depot. They were in the reject bin. I got them for 70% discount because not only are these slightly warped, they have cracks in them, they have lots of knots in them, and they're basically not worth anything to make any real serious projects with. But the wife had asked me to make a surfboard to go in the back garden on the decking. She likes the kind of tiki kind of look. So what I've done here is I've got the 4 pieces, I've glued 2 together, then I glued the other 2 together, and then I glued them on top of each other to make it thicker. And basically I've made a surfboard from them. I'm not really going to talk much through this video. I might jump in now and again, but otherwise I'm just going to let it flow and you can watch it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. In fact, this is only part 1, so if you want to catch part 2 of the video, please subscribe and I'll let you know when it's coming out. Thank you. Don't forget guys, we have got 4 pieces. I've only showed you how to do 2 pieces here. Just copy what we're doing with these 2 and do that to the other 2, and then later on we'll be gluing these together. I'm just adding a bit of glue in here to some of the cracks and some of the holes in the wood, guys. You'll see me doing this again later on, but I'll also add wood sawdust to the later ones, because I'm probably going to use that for the surface bit. This particular bit I'm doing it on now will go in the middle of the glue up, so you won't see them. Just a word of warning guys, if you are going to have a go with this project, there's a lot of sanding involved. Okay guys, these are clamps that you can see me putting out now. There's a video on how I made these and what they're made from. It's an absolute fraction of the cost of the likes of Brushless, and it does exactly the same job, and in actual fact they're easier to use than the Brushless. This is when you're doing big glue ups and you want to stop it warping and stuff. You'll use your normal clamps to squeeze together, and you put these on to stop it bellowing in the middle or whatever. I'll leave a link to the video on how I made these in the description, so if you're interested in that video, just check out the description and I'll leave the link to the video there. Make sure you've used plenty of glue, guys. Now you've only seen me working on 2 pieces, but I did tell you there was 4 pieces. They're the other 2 pieces that we're just putting on top, so we're going to glue these together now to get a thicker piece of wood. Now I was going to use these two lengths of 4x2, but the bolts I've got with the clamps are just a little bit too short. Now the beauty about these clamps, if you get bigger bolts you can do thicker glue ups, and the only reason I was using the 2x4s was to add even pressure throughout the glue up. So what I've done is I got rid of the 2x4s and I put some scrap wood down on the top, and you can see what I mean as I go along. Here, instead of wood and sawdust and glue, I started to use some plastic wood, I think it's called, and I'm kind of using it on this section because this is going to be the surface of the surfboard, and it just makes it easier to sand. Here we've just got to trim off the edges of both sides so we've got a nice straight edge for the next part. What we've done here, guys, is we've measured the width of our wood, and we've got one edge where the blue tape is securely down the edge of that piece of board, and we've marked the middle of it. As you can see, the line down the middle, that's the middle of the width of the boards. And then what we do there is I've got the daughter-in-law to trace surfboard, but we only need it on half the width. So we've got, as you can see there's the board. We've got half a surfboard sort of traced out and cut out, and that's all we need, is just half, and you'll see why shortly. Okay, I'm just trying to clamp on a couple of feather boards onto my table saw here, guys, because we're about to cut this in half, and I want it, when it's going through the saw, to stay on the fence. So this is what I've done: clamped a couple of a feather board and a bearing to keep it up against the fence as it goes through the saw. I forgot to turn the camera on here, guys, but all we're doing is we're just cutting down the guidelines for the shape of the surfboard. Now this is only on one half, we don't touch the other half yet, but we leave that square. I tried sending them down here, but you'll see me cutting down again with the jigsaw because I wanted to get a little bit closer to the guidelines, because that's all it is, just a guideline. I'm just using the raspberry to get some of the high points down, guys. I want to kind of make it a smooth transition down the board. Any high points, just use the rasp or something like that to get rid of them. Now we kind of want to sand this flat or square, shall we say, because we're going to use this, once we've got it to the shape we want it in, we're going to use that as a guide for a flush cutting bit on the router. and that's how we're going to cut out the following half, so that both halves match each other or mirror each other, whichever way you want to put it. Now, for whatever reason, I wasn't really happy with the gap when I placed the wood together before, so what we're doing here is I'm just matching up both ends, clamping it, and I'm just going to run the flushboard router down the back here so that both pieces are exactly the same. This should give us a better joint when we rejoint these together. Now, it might look like I'm pushing hard on this to force it through, guys, but I'm not. I'm just letting it guide itself through with only slight pressure. We're getting to the end of the first video. This is only part 1. If you want to see part 2, please subscribe. Please leave a like if you can. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will release the second part of this in a couple of days. As I say, please subscribe and you'll get notice that it's coming. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.